Hello and welcome to Ukraine Today. My name is Peter Byrne and this is the Press Review. Today we take a look at a 1,400-word report by Richard Balmforth from the Reuters news agency about the situation in Ukraine. The piece, titled "Street Violence in Kiev Dims Prospects for Peace Efforts in Ukraine's East," examines how difficult it will be for Ukrainian leaders to rally national support behind a peace deal agreed to in February by the leaders of Russia, Ukraine, Germany, and France. According to Balmforth, deadly protests against amending Ukraine's constitution to decentralize power this week has thrown a focus on where Ukraine goes from here in trying to reestablish its sovereignty in the East. Cracks have opened up in the pro-Western coalition, and more street demonstrations are now a distinct possibility. Poroshenko may now choose to slow down on granting concessions to the separatists, which his critics say threaten to weaken Ukrainian sovereignty. Balmforth writes that many Ukrainians fear the government plans will only entrench the independent status of the rebel-held Donetsk and Lugansk areas, with Russia maintaining its military influence in the region and control over the border. In speeches before the vote, many politicians, including some of Poroshenko's coalition allies, such as former Prime Minister Yulia Tymoshenko, came out against what they saw as a threat to territorial integrity. Russian-led militant groups have unilaterally set up their own mini-republics and scheduled their own elections for October and November, the results of which Kiev is unlikely to recognize. Writes Balmforth, that begs the question, even assuming the constitutional reform goes through, when will Kiev grant special status to the rebel-held regions? According to the report, Poroshenko does not have the leverage to press a more active policy against Putin, whose strategic aim seems to be to promote continued instability, to keep Ukraine off balance, frustrating Kiev's aspiration of integration into the European mainstream. This has been Peter Byrne with the Press Review. Join us again tomorrow for another edition.